Tansei, welcome back to Métis Minute, your one-stop shop for Métis stories in Region 7. Last week, Simcoe Community Media was invited to the RVH by the Barrie South Simcoe Metis Council to witness the Sash Gifting Ceremony. The ceremony was to honor the relationship between the RVH and their Indigenous Patient Services and the Council. To start the ceremony off in a good way, we were treated with a performance from the Sacred Four Directions drumming group. To start this story off in a good way, we'd like to share that with you today. Last year, the RVH and the Barrie Council held an event for Métis citizens to learn more about breast cancer and the risks to the community. This Sash ceremony was to commemorate that event and to celebrate future events that will be collaborated on. During the event, we were able to gain exclusive backstage access to interview Arlene Merkley, the Barrie South Simcoe Metis Council's women's rep. She was the one who organized the event. We were able to discuss the importance of the event and what Council hopes this event will do to further the relationship between the Métis community and the RVH. Yeah, so why did you organize this event?
Well, it started with just an email correspondence with the manager. Her name is Jody Earp, and she emailed our council about an event that she was starting to organize called Love Yourself, which is a breast cancer screening awareness for Indigenous in our area. And so it just started with a relationship by email. And so after that, we started communicating about other things. RVH has a strategic goal for this year about including our Indigenous peoples and making sure that they feel welcome in the hospital, with having someone reach out to them and having facilitators so that they can navigate the healthcare system. And so when she was doing all of this work, we had talked about the Sash. Jody's also Métis, and I suggested that it would be a nice visual representation of our relationship to give them the Sash. At the time, I thought it was just going to be a gift, which turned into a ceremony. Yeah, which turned into a big ceremony, which I really appreciate because they made it so meaningful, because it really does matter that people see themselves at this hospital and know that it's a welcome space for them, and that RVH took it so seriously.
And it helps break, I think, that like pan-Indigenous to show like Métis as a separate group of people as well, which Métis are constantly fighting to be included in certain things. So it was really nice, to have that.
Yeah, and it was special for just us. And and they asked me a lot of questions over the last 6 months about the history of the Sash and our region and what we do to represent our community. But they've also shared a lot of information about how they can help and what they can offer people when they walk through the door and identify as Indigenous, so whether it's First Nation, Métis, or Inuit. So I was just very impressed with the steps that they're taking to make change.
And why do you think like the Indigenous Patient Services is important to have at any hospital?
I think their job is to recognize the needs of particular groups. So in Jody's case, she's the manager of Indigenous Patient Services. So she can focus on the things that our community needs. So if there's a bad experience or if there was something in their past, that she can work towards improving their perception of what the hospital is about. So I think that her focus is solely on us, which I think is really important. And I also think just patient services in general is so important, because people won't seek service if they're not comfortable, and they need to. If they're right, they need to access the amazing services that are here.
Yeah, and you talked about the breast cancer event. Do you hope that this Sash ceremony will maybe lead to more future events with the Indigenous Patient Services and the Barrie Metis Council?
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, Jody just said to me, I can't wait to our next event. So I think that it will lead to definitely more events, and I think that this is just the beginning of the partnership. Yeah.
So as we begin today, we respectfully acknowledge that the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation. We further acknowledge the enduring presence of the Indigenous people of this region, specifically the Chippewa Tri-Council First Nation, comprised of the Beausoleil First Nation, the Chippewas of Rama, the Chippewas of Georgina Island. We also recognize the Moose Deer First Point Nation, the Watah Mohawks, the Barrie South Simcoe, Georgian Bay, and Moon River Métis councils in this region. We note too that the Wendat and the Haudenosaunee nations have also walked on this territory over time. We pay our respects to the past, present, and future caretakers of these sacred lands and dedicate ourselves and our organization to advancing truth and reconciliation in our community and creating safe and equitable spaces for all. This acknowledgement shows respect for how Indigenous peoples have shaped Ontario and reminds us of our important connection to this land where we learn, work, and heal. Through my own personal journey of truth and reconciliation, I continue to learn how my actions impact future and current generations. I choose to take responsibility for my own learning to better educate myself on the importance of cultural safety here at RVH and how I can support all members of Team RVH in doing the same. So we are deeply honored to host this event today and welcome members of the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council. Creating an environment at RVH in which patients of Indigenous heritage feel safe, supported, and respected is extremely important to us. And we know that the only way to achieve it is to collaborate with Indigenous organizations in our community, following their wisdom and their guidance. RVH currently shares a letter of relationship with the with the Regional Indigenous Health Circle to work together to improve and advance healthcare, health initiatives, and system-level change with and for our First Nations, Inuit, Métis, and urban Indigenous peoples in the Simcoe-Muskoka region. We are also a Downey Wenjack Fund Legacy Space Partner. We have developed and expanded our team dedicated to Indigenous Patient Services. Initially for cancer patients only, we now offer culturally relevant support and advocacy for all patients and families, as well as assistance with discharge and community resources to Indigenous patients across the health center. There are many, many more steps to take on this journey, and this presentation today from the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council marks another step forward. Although Indigenous Patient Services already works closely with the Métis Council, most recently holding events in Barrie and Midland to promote breast cancer screening for Métis citizens in this region, this Sash presentation is a symbolic expression of the relationship between our two organizations.
Hello, bonjour, Taneshi, bonsoir, Belswari. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeremy Scott. My spirit name is Man That Walks with Kindness. And this is Region 7 within my Métis traditional territory. I'd first like to thank everyone for taking the time to come here to this very important ceremony. It means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to you as well. For the Métis people, the Sash today, it's a symbol that represents a lot of things, being identity, community, and Métis culture. But in the past, the Sash was a very important tool. It was used for survival work. It was used to carry flintlocks. It was used for knives. It would brace and secure things if they were broke. It was used as a rope. It was a saddle blanket. And if you were in a snowstorm, it was very bright colored, so you could see. The list goes on. So with the sash, much like the threads in the sash, all of our communities are interwoven together. We're all interwoven as a people. We all work together. When we come together and we work together, great things are accomplished and created. The sash is a symbol of our binding strength together and our relationship together. Regardless of whom we are or where we come from, we're all a thread in the sash. And when sewn together, we're unstoppable. And the strength and perseverance and love is felt. Thank you, Miigwech, merci. And could we please have Gail return? On behalf of the Métis Nation of Ontario, Region 7 Métis, and the Barrie Council, and everyone here today, we would like to present the RVH with this sash.
This is for the display. That's for me. But thank you very much for this collaboration. Thanks.
We'd like to extend a huge thank you, Marcy Miigwech, to the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council for allowing us to bring you this story. And we'd like to remind our Indigenous viewers that if they are visiting the RVH, they can have access to the Indigenous Patient Services. They are there to advocate on your behalf and offer cultural and community support. We'll be leaving their email in the description of this video for anyone in need of their services. Merci for watching, and we'll see you down the river.
Hey,